though that's a much more theatrical practice, anthropology and archaeology specifically, I felt like physically in the body it was very evocative of movement and sort of a poetic practice.
We have to do all of these things at one time to move. You have to coordinate a number of muscles, you have to judge your balance, your speed of movement, all of this, unconsciously. And this, I think, will give them some better sense of how complicated this is and how amazing it is that we actually can walk around bipedally without falling over.
Mm-hmm. The first class we worked with balance and with the fact that we're, vertical beings, and how does our body manage verticality and gravity, and what are the unconscious modes of movement that are going on to manage gravity so that we don't fall over.
A lot of the movements in the limbs really, there's other aspects of balance, and we sort of did the spine.
So you almost find vertical, but you just continually passing through it with the fall. Okay, just letting your body manage. When we were falling off vertical, it was I felt like everyone could understand that and relate to it, and they really engaged with it.
The evolution of bipedalism. This is very complicated, getting all these muscles to work in coordination and everything, but it turns out that the order of firing the muscles to walk is the same order that an ape uses if it's climbing like a telephone pole. And what happened in evolution was that the shape of the pelvis was modified and the positions of the muscles were moved so that when they act, they perform different functions, but in the same order.
There's so many things going on in the body. So it's really marvelous that they get to embody that complexity. And part of my work is to think about it a little more poetically than analytically. For example, today we did the pointing. And we found a place in space that we were attracted to either by color or by maybe a break in the rhythm of the surface of the skin, and we just pointed to it. So we looked at it and pointed to it. Our physical self ends here, but our intention ends at the point that we're interested in. So again, we're sending an energetic line to a particular place in space.
Movement involved in bipedalism, swinging from the trees if you're an ape, how muscles and the bones work together to allow us to move and to manipulate the environment. Well, we talk about movement, but it's very static, where it's like, what does this muscle do? Which muscle flexes your elbow?
Ready? And go.
It goes farther with proprioception in that because you are launching the object, you are anticipating the arc and the time it's going to be in the air by how much force you're putting in against it and its mass. And so you're actually creating that arc in that time. But in order to break it down analytically, you're moving like a robot to do that. So that's the only sense they get of movement normally. And this, what we're ideally hoping is that they will remember this, like moving the arms around, moving the shoulder, feeling the bones, feeling the skin, and think about the fluidity of the movement rather than just this robotic actions, and to get a better sense of what it's really like to move.